Hello, today I'm going to be talking about hitting champ in 1v1 and some of my experiences hitting champ in 1v1. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've had a few friends in the past who are similar rank to me in say 2v2, hitting champ 3, maybe even low grand champ, and then they get into 1v1 and they're like low diamond, sometimes even plat. So I just wanted to go through a few basic tips, a few basic drills, just to go through what's helped me get into champ, and hopefully that can help you as well. So first off, we're going to start talking about kickoffs. So for a basic kickoff, I'm sure you know you want to be aiming for the middle of the ball. You also want to be sort of flipping diagonally through the ball to make sure you're getting as much contact with it, more than your opponent, in order to try and stay behind the ball and then win the 50-50. My main tip for this is watch the opponent's name tag. The reason why is that as you look at the name tag, you're making sure that you're focusing on your opponent during the kickoff. You're not just on autopilot. And you can also see which side of the ball they're trying to get behind and to push it round you. You can then counter this, and often this can then lead to you getting a push kickoff of your own. So a really strong sort of bounce and a free read, putting the opponent on the back foot. You can practice this in free play to make sure that your kickoffs are consistent. Just literally just reset the ball in free play over and over again, making sure that you're getting that good contact. And then this will easily transfer over into other game modes, 2v2, 3v3, as being focused on the opponent can then help you sort of decide how to lose the kickoff, which way you want to go, and things like that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is demos. Now, before you say, "Oh, demos are cringe," and you don't like to do demos, this information can still help you. You can still use this even if you don't want to demo. You can use this to look out for demos instead. My advice is that when your opponent is driving slow, or you know they have no boost or they're on low boost, you can go for your demo. Say they're driving behind the ball with little to no boost. You can literally just drive through the ball, whack them, demo them, that's it, they're awkward. As I mentioned, you can use this in defense. So say when you have low boost yourself, you know to look out for a demo. Be careful. Keep yourself moving. Keep yourself off the ground. Watch out for demos in your own corner, because people will try and catch you off guard that way. So even if you don't like to do demos, just keep in mind, if you're slow, you've not got much momentum, just remember, they could be going for a demo on you. Just be careful. Now I'm going to talk about attack. I'm going to cover a few drills later on in this section, but first off I just wanted to talk about hook shots, bounce dribbles, and where they're applicable. The main example is sort of when your opponent's backing off, you want to go the opposite direction, give yourself as much space as possible, cross over to the other side of the pitch, because it gives you more options. So say if the opponent decides to rush whilst you're crossing over, you can go for a low 50, you can go for a 50 that booms off the side wall, things like that. It gives you opportunity to see what the opponent's thinking. Are they going to rush you? Are they just backing off? If they're backing off, you can take your time, do a bounce dribble, which I'll touch on in a second. But at the same time, it's good to remember that there is a time to be direct and just go straight towards the net. When, say, you've bumped your opponent, when your opponent's on low boost, it's awkward. That is the time to be direct. When you've got that full boost, you've got that advantage, just go. As quick as you can, try and make them awkward. Flicks, things like that, they're your best friend. So in terms of the drills I wanted to touch on, this is very much just using free play. You can start from your net. For example, the opponent's just had an attack, but you've sort of saved the shot. You're starting from your net. You might not even have full boost. You don't need to have full boost. I recommend having unlimited boost off, so you can work on driving along the pads whilst maintaining that sort of bounce dribble, working at an angle. So trying to cross over onto the other side of the pitch, or even just working on bounce dribbles, just going along the flank, because defenders love to push you out to the corner, so they will try to push you out to the corner. They will try to keep you away from the centre. They will think, oh, you're just going towards the corner, it's safe. But if you practice absolutely ripping shots from awkward angles, at this rank, they won't really deal with it that well. And even if you don't score directly, they're using boost, they're awkward, and that gives you the opportunity to steal their boost, put them at a disadvantage, and then continue the attack, take it back. If you're mechanical, like I wish I was, you can take it up the wall. You've got your opportunity to be direct whilst they have low boost. The next drill I wanted to talk about was just doing sort of bounce reads. So as opposed to just doing bounce dribbles and shooting on net, you just hit the ball around the pitch, hit it off the wall, try and read those awkward bounces. So try and get that first touch to bounce. As soon as the ball touches the floor, you drive towards it, get that ping. This, again, is very useful for applying pressure because your car isn't even leaving the floor. You're not flipping, you're not wasting time in the air where somebody could bump you, or say you've committed, all four wheels are still on the ground. Say, yeah, you didn't get exactly the perfect touch, or the opponent's got a block on it. You've not completely committed on that attack. You are completely on the floor. You have an easier time to recover. So that's why this is important, because it can help you get clears on low boost. It can help you even set up your first touch. This can apply to even other game modes, 2v2, 3v3, where you want to get that optimum first touch to follow up, say, if you're more mechanical again than me, for an air dribble, flip reset, etc. Now that we've talked about attack, we're going to move on to talking about defense. The key thing about defense in 1v1 is that it highly depends on your opponent. But the key things to remember is using what we're trying to do in attack in defense. So we're trying to block that crossover of the opponent crossing over onto the other side, because they would then get an angle and make your job much harder. And you want to make sure that if they're dribbling towards you, they're doing a slow play, you want to not give them that time. You want to be close, put pressure on the ball, try and get them to give it up. You want to make sure that you boost into your fakes to make them look more convincing. If they're going for more of a high risk play, say an air dribble or a flip reset, you want to stay close to your goal line, or even better, prevent them from even getting into that position in the first place by cutting them off. The other key thing to remember is that every time you concede, you need to think, what did you do wrong? Where can you improve? What mistake did you do? Sometimes there won't be a mistake, sometimes your opponent will have actually done a good outplay, but 90% of the time there would have been, say, some slight positioning mistake, something like that, where you can see that you did a mistake and then try and fix it next time. Lastly, this might be a strange one, but I wanted to talk about mindset. I just wanted to say that you should come prepared in 1v1. People will demo you. People will clip on you, to be frank. There will be some people in, say, Diamond 3 that are actually Grand Champ, and they will be doing double flip resets. I've got clips of people doing ground pinches on me when I did not expect it at all, just doing all sorts of things. But you can play around that. There's plenty of time in 1v1. You may be 3-0 down, but you can work around that. Just in terms of the mindset, I just mean just chill. You've made a mistake. Just breathe. It's okay. You know, we've got time. Just being calm. That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's okay to tilt sometimes. I've tilted plenty of time. But it's just that tilt clouds your focus. You might be tilted at something that they did or a miss you did. You're still thinking about that and using that to try and fuel your way to get a demo or something like that. But just chill. just play how you would. Just relax. It's okay. We've got time. Plenty of it in 1v1. You can score 3 kickoff goals in a row and you've already equalised. To be honest, mindset is the main thing, because you could be an absolute mechanical god playing against me and you get tilted off the face of the earth just because I bumped you and did a low 50 and that's it, and you're already out the game pretty much. So that mindset is really the key thing in 1v1 in my opinion, because that puts you ahead of so many other players who don't really play 1v1 as often. And to be honest, that does come from experience. It comes from being in those situations more often, but you will get there, I promise. Just keep going, use those drills, and I'm sure there's plenty of other things. I wasn't really making this video as a sort of end-all tutorial to 1v1. You know, I'm not an absolute 1v1 guru. I just thought I'd give out some advice that's helped me on my journey. I might make future videos actually going through 1v1 games, getting absolutely trashed on and everything. But yeah, we'll see. If you made it this far, I appreciate you a lot. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this has helped in any way, shape or form. If there's any advice that you guys have for me at all, I'd greatly appreciate it around 1v1, just things in general, things that I might not be as right on, things like that. So yeah, thank you.